What's going on, everyone? My name is MetaMatt, and in today's video, I'll be going over Microsoft, Meta, Visa, and more huge companies that have earnings next week and how I'm playing the stock. So Microsoft, it's currently trading in the $250 range. Year over year, they have good revenue, their cash is good, and their assets are growing. However, quarter over quarter, we are seeing some pullback. There's a chance that they missed their earnings estimate, but not by much. If they do, there is a chance that we can see a small drop. However, long term, this is the type of company that can take a hit and bounce back. So I wouldn't be bearish long term on this one. If I was bearish, I would wait until the day of earnings and do a lotto options put, maybe a $240 strike price with an expiration that week or the next, because we're only bearish short term. Lotto plays means small positions, high risk, high reward. This means not a big percentage of your portfolio. So right now I'm looking to see if it can break above this 260 to 265 level right here, or if we're going to see some pullback down to the 250s. Visa just broke out of its resistance level, and now I'm seeing how it tests this wedge right here to see if it can stay above this line. So if it doesn't drop back down into that wedge, we can see some bullish energy. If you're waiting for confirmation, playing less risky, I would wait for a push above 220 and for it to show that it can stay above there before starting a position. If you are bullish long term or want to play this more risky, you can buy at these levels and hope that the bullish energy continues with stops in place to manage risk. There's also a channel here, and this is between the $190 and $220 range. This needs to be broken. This can be very bullish if it can hold over 220, especially with good earnings. If it breaks back into this trend line, it would be a great play to look at for options day trading because of the volatility. Also, it seems to be pretty consistent about the moves within the channel. That is when it's actually in the channel. McDonald's has earnings before market open as well. They've had a lot of problems as of late, so a bad earnings wouldn't be surprising. I want to see how it tests this 257 resistance level here. It's at the top of the trend line, so we'll see how it tests that as well. That being said, some pullback could be expected. If you are super confident and okay with risk, you can get $240 puts here as a lotto play, or you could wait for earnings to come out and then play the volatility and correction. 3M is retesting support here. It already filled the gap off the double bounce, however, but this is a solid company. It's not going anywhere. It is super beaten down and has a lot of upside long term. Above 150, there is a big distribution gap that could run it up to the $160 level. This would be a long-term play, so if you aren't willing to hold an asset long, this isn't a trade I would enter. However, if you are, I would see how it tests this 134 level and from there 138 and 142. With GM, you can see some great divergence here. You see here how the stock price was going down, but the RSI was going up. That's the divergence. The stock was finding lower lows, but the RSI was finding higher lows. Earnings mixed with above average volume could create a bull run to the $45 to $50 range. Long term, we need to see how they can compete with their competitors during this EV boom. Let's see if we can hold above this break of trend line and keep pushing up. GE filled the recent double bottom above $70 would look very bullish long term if we can hold above that level. It also looks like we have a local support level at $64 and a stronger support at the $59.93 range. Coca-Cola is a super reactive stock. If earnings are good, expect a big run followed by a pretty heavy sell-off, and other way around if earnings are bad with a sell-off followed by a bounce. You can take advantage of day trading options with this one. Holding options after close is risky with potential of high reward with this one due to its reactive nature to catalysts. Chipotle is sitting out of resistance but has weak volume and really hasn't confirmed whether it is breaking up or down yet. Earnings seems like it could be the catalyst that helps decide that. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has earnings on Wednesday. I don't see them doing well as they are in a down channel. They have a gap to fill with bullish divergence, but should have pushed up already. They really do have the setup for a bullish turnaround. A pop of volume would be great, but it has had setups before and did not deliver. Maybe earnings will be the catalyst that finally does it. All right, time for a lightning round for a few of the other big companies with earnings this week. Boeing, down. Ford, up. You can check out my YouTube video on EV companies for a full breakdown on Ford. I'll leave it at the end of this video. Spotify has a pretty good strong support, so potential to go up, but has struggled in the past, so I'm gonna say down. T-Mobile, down. They have lots of room to fall and not a lot of room to push. Bristol Myers also has a lot of room to fall. Their resistance is looking like the $73.71 with the support being at around $67.80. They just fell into a channel, so it could be a potential momentum gap. Pfizer can see a good push depending on the pipeline. MasterCard, down. And Southwest has a lot of potential to drop from here. So down. If you want a more detailed breakdown on any of those stocks or anything at all, feel free to join our trading discords. We have stock and crypto analysts who would love to help answer any of your questions. I hope to see you there, but until then, as always, I hope that you all make some bread.